In 2016, a high school student named Mike Senator from North Carolina got recorded flipping a water bottle at his school's talent show. The video got posted online and went a crazy amount of viral, to the point where everyone in the world was attempting this challenge and posting their own attempts online. You couldn't go 2 seconds without seeing another crazy bottle flip video, or even having someone you're with try flip their bottle. I guarantee 99% of you watching this all attempted this yourself at least once, so I'm sure you remember. Every single one of these videos had an extra thing in common though. They all used the exact same song, Ultimate by Denzel Curry. This is how the bottle flip challenge changed his life forever. Now before we get into that, let's get into Denzel's childhood. Denzel Ray Don Curry was born on February 16th, 1995 in Miami, Florida. Early in Denzel's life, he had ambitions about being a poet in elementary school, but that didn't last long at all though, with Denzel starting to rap in the 6th grade. Young Denzel spent most of his time at his local Boys and Girls Club of America, where he would challenge all the others to rap battles. Denzel attended Miami's Design and Architecture High School for 2 years before being expelled, with Denzel stating, "I felt like I was a disappointment to my mother and father, who were already separated at the time." Then he went on to say, "I felt like I wasn't being taken seriously as an artist, because at that school, if you are really good at art, they'd ride the shit out of you, and if they don't like you, they don't like you." He later transferred to Miami Carroll City Senior High School, where he would start working on his first mixtape. Denzel released his first mixtape under the name Aquarius Killer in 2011, which was titled King Remembered Underground Tape 1991 to 1995. This mixtape gained the traction of Raider Clan founder Space Ghost Perp. His second mixtape was released not too long later in 2012, with this one garnering the attention of Earl Sweatshirt and other members of Odd Future. Denzel said in regards to his first mixtape, "People who listen to my music will notice that the message got deeper, because when I was in high school, I was dealing with Trayvon Martin being murdered." Trayvon and Denzel attended the same school, with Denzel releasing his third mixtape after his death, called Strictly for My Raiders. He also said, "I was talking about things that were actually happening right there, right in front of my face." Denzel will take elements from all different areas of rap, including Memphis horrorcore, Miami bass, and West Coast gangster rap, with the darkness that the Raider Clan brought to the table being exactly what he needed for his music to flourish the way that he intended. Denzel told Passion of the Weiss, "Perp taught me to channel my dark side." He also said, "Metro Zoo taught me to channel universes," with Metro Zoo being an American hip-hop group from Miami, the exact place Denzel is from. Denzel would go on to say how much Perp taught him, not just with music, but with his life. The ability Denzel has to harness intense energy is something you can physically feel in his music, which was something he learnt through Perp. The clan would later dissolve a few years later, with Denzel, who had become the most successful member, not being interested in blending in with the rest. Denzel stated, "I was one of the first people to join, but I wasn't super reliant on Perp and the clan like everyone else was." He wanted to show people that he could stand on his own 2 feet. After Raider Clan disbanded, Denzel started to embark on a solo career, with him releasing his debut full-length album on September 3rd, 2013, which was titled Nostalgic 64. This album had features from the likes of JK the Reaper, Lil Ugly Mane, Mike G, Nell, Rob Banks, Stephen A. Clark, Young Simmy, and a few others. Curry has also stated in the past that he was heavily influenced by Outkast record Aquemini. Going as far as even drawing the album cover for Nostalgic 64 whilst listening to the record. He said he was also inspired by Goody Mob and CeeLo Green, along with others in the southern music scene. By this point, Denzel had made a bit of a name for himself in the underground scene, dropping a few more singles over the next year. Little did Curry know, his life would soon change. On June 9th, 2015, Curry released his first double EP, 32 Zell Planet Shrooms, which contained his ticket to the mainstream and his breakout single, Ultimate. but for a while, it was just any other song that Denzel put out into the world, getting normal numbers from it at the time. Until 2016 rolled around and Mike Senator decided to flip a water bottle and change the whole course of Denzel Curry's career without even knowing it. All of a sudden, Denzel's song was being heard all over the world, with millions of videos being posted with his song in the background. He was getting streaming numbers like he had never seen before, with it having over 226 million streams on Spotify and over 65 million views on YouTube combined. This was it. This was how Denzel could fully make his way into the mainstream. All he had to do was ride the wave of this song and keep putting out good music. And that is exactly what Denzel did. Denzel would keep releasing high quality music, dropping more singles in his second studio album titled Imperial. And all of that eventually got him an invite to the XXL 2016 Freshman Cypher, which was a yearly cypher where artists would get their opportunity to shine on a worldwide stage. He was joined by some very big names, including Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Yachty, 21 Savage and Kodak Black, along with a few others. At the time of recording this, the cypher has over 229 million views on YouTube, which is by far the most viewed cypher of all time.
It's all about power. Squeeze two lemons together and really all you'll have is sour.
Denzel would keep releasing music, including his third studio album 2 years later, titled Taboo, in which he would release in 3 different acts. The first act, Light, was released on July 25th, followed by Act 2, Grey, on the 26th, and finally the last act, Dark, on the 27th. With all of these acts cohesively coming together to form Taboo. The album includes tracks like Sumo, Clout Cobain, which to this day is one of Denzel's biggest songs. Also includes, in my opinion, his best track, titled Sirens featuring Jid. Seriously, if you have not heard this song, give it a listen. It is a musical and lyrical masterpiece.
Eyesight is a gateway to a new day and the same hate with a new height and the same feet on the air.
Denzel is still releasing some of the best music that is being put out right now, recently releasing King of the Mischievous South Volume 1 and Volume 2, which includes hits like Hot One featuring Tia Corinne and A$AP Ferg.
I can make money from the comfort of my sofa. So much drive, now I gotta get
Hoodlums featuring Play That Boy Zay and A$AP Rocky.
Last man, click clack, knock your back, no more chit chat.
And finally, Black Flag Freestyle featuring That Mexican OT.
Black flag all on my mic. I've been known to spend a lot like Bob Barker, the price is right.
He has accumulated 8.3 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which personally, I don't think is enough. Don't get me wrong, it's still a very high number, but he deserves so much more, and if you don't believe me, then listen to some of his music and try to tell me I'm wrong. Although he did get a huge boost from the bottle flip challenge, with how talented this man is, I'm sure he still would have found his way to the top and found his way to get his music into our ears. If you did enjoy this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe, it helps me out so much. And don't forget to let me know if there's any specific people you want to see next. Thank you all for watching, have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.